All right, it's been several months. It's currently July, mid-July, and it's gonna be 98 degrees today. It's been 90s all week. And I wanted to showcase the pond and the whole progress of the front yard now that we are, for the most part, done. As I think the last video that I posted about it was when I first completed the edges of the pond, and as you can see, plants have grown in quite a bit. We've added a lot of new marginal water plants. You have from this corner the wooden piece. Anything on the outside of the wood is planted in dirt. Anything on the inside of the wood is planted directly into the water, into the pea gravel shelves that I had there. I've modified my fountain so that I have these spillways that I notched out of it because I wanted to give the fish a little bit more of a current. Before, it was just spilling over the sides all kind of equally and working its way down that pot in the middle. The filter is inside of that pot or underneath the pot. It's a 2-gallon bucket with some pot scrubbies that I made a video about. That I haven't had to open up a single time. And I just want to show, look how clear this water is. I have a sponge filter with my air stone in the crevice there. You can see the sunlight's coming in and illuminating the water. It's dark because there's a lot of tannins in the water. But it's really clear. You can see all the way to the bottom. Part of the reason why the water is so clear, in addition to the filtration being good, is all of the wood are releasing tannins into the water. Tannins are an incredible addition to a natural body of water. They have properties that make them antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasitic, and they actually bind to the proteins of the nutrients in the water to make them more complex, so that algae cannot eat them, right? Algae has very, very simple cellular structure, and when a tannin binds to the nutrients in the water, the algae can't consume it, but the plants that are around the pond still can. So I think that is a big part of why my water has stayed so clear. I got my skimmer in the back corner over there that kind of made a bunch of wood stacked up as if all of the wood naturally floated over there to the exit like you normally see with waterways. More of that colocasia, the Pharaoh's Mask colocasia. And in the middle here, we have a couple different paths that take us to see the ponds. We have this path, all these bricks we got for free from Facebook Marketplace. A lot of these bushes we pulled down from the hill. This hydrangea tree was transplanted from our backyard. I didn't really like where it was the last couple of years, but it's doing really well here. I thought it was going to take more than a year for it to bloom for us, but yeah, doing really well. This tree adds a vertical element that the birds really love. We've gotten some driftwood from the local parks here in Oregon. We've gone to the beach, and here on the West Coast, you're allowed to harvest driftwood from public beaches as long as you don't use mechanical tools or leverage. So you can't use dollies or chainsaws or anything. So a lot of the driftwood's just from public parks. And yeah, so this is the very first pond that I did. You can see it's a smaller pond. You can see the White Cloud Mountain minnows, and some rosy red minnows down at the bottom. The rosy red minnows have actually gotten really long. Some of them are like 3.5 inches long. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a 4-inch rosy red minnow in there, but they're doing great. The foliage, the plants have grown in that space on the hill. The dry creek bed, I think, looks really good. That was initially put in because I wanted something for overflow drainage in the wintertime, or during the rainier parts of the year when the pond overflows. It was previously backfilling into the pond with mud, and so I added the trench to drain away and turned it into a dry creek bed for the aesthetics of it. And yeah, I think it looks really well. We've got a floating island of creeping jenny and lavender mint. So that is just now starting to flower. The bees will love that. And the mint also keeps the bugs and the pests away. I've got this awesome taro. It's Pharaoh's Mask Colocasia that's growing in the water. There's a little pot of pea gravel in there, and my urban decay pot, which has some water running to it. So that kind of acts like a filter through the pea gravel in there, and then the roots of that creeping jenny. And back at the end of the stream, you have the 5-gallon bucket, which is my filter, and that's doing its job perfectly. I have not had to get into it to clean it all year, right? So since the springtime, basically. And you've got this 4-foot long stream. That stream works its way all the way back. Got more of that Pharaoh's Mask Colocasia there. We've got some Cleopatra grass, I forget what that's called, and some sedges, things that have been growing well. The impatient flowers are directly in the water. They are blooming quite well. Some more plants. Things are growing in very, very, very well. So we've had a lot of animals visit the ponds. We didn't have the ducks nest this year in our ivy, unfortunately. They decided to nest in the green belt near us, and we got to see the ducklings. They had about 12 ducklings in the brood, but they didn't nest here this year. Maybe next year we'll get them. But we still have seen a lot of wildlife, a lot of animals come join us. On hot weeks like this, where today it's going to be 98 degrees, we'll probably see the birds playing in the stream later today. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Splash, splash, I was taking a bath.
Cutie pie. We're gonna bathe together. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones are right in my good spot. Oh. They're so happy. Look at them. They're like getting rid of all the parasites, giving them to the fish.
Songbirds don't transfer parasites to fish typically. Ducks do though.
Cuties.
Yeah, overall, things are growing in really well. The fish are really happy. We haven't had any deaths, no losses. And I haven't done any water changes. I've used the water a little bit. I guess I shouldn't say that. I've used the water from the ponds to water some of the plants when they're in bloom, when they're flowering. And then I top off the ponds when they get lower. But really, I haven't done any water changes other than that. And that's only, about 10 gallons at a time. So even then, it's not very much. Yeah, spend a lot of time out here. What do you think?